I think, worked. Good morning, YouTube. My name is Endo Miller, and today we're gonna discuss about networking here on Talk and Talk. We have a very special guest here to discuss about this topic, very important. And this is part of this community to try to establish not only, learn English, but also establish a networking between the participants. Okay, so Lara, can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. Hi, everyone. So my name is Lara. I am 22. I live in São Paulo. I am here on TNT since February. I am also a hostess here. I work with IT, with development and data engineering, and I think that's it.
Thanks a lot. Sara, your turn.
Hey guys, good morning. So I'm Sarah. I live in Inglês, Bahia. I would like to go to the beach and hang out with my friends. I have a dog and I really enjoy the color blue, as you can see. That's it.
Amazing. How about you, Rafaela? Your turn again.
Good morning. As I already said to you, I'm new here. And when you said about going to YouTube, I thought you were kidding. Okay, and it was a little surprise for me. I live in Curitiba. I was born here. I'm a mechanical engineering, but I work with business intelligence. That's it.
Nice, very good to have you here. So let's start from the describing things. I really appreciate discuss this kind of thing, like what's the importance of networking in your opinion? And I would like to start with you, Rafael.
I think Sarah sent a question. The importance of networking. Well, I don't know how to form, but let me think. Maybe it can go to someone else.
yeah, I will skip you in a while think about this question. Lara.
Well, I think that is important when talking about work, not just for new opportunities, maybe. I know that most of the people think about new opportunities, but when you think about collaborations and, creating new companies, I think that is really important. And I think that networking also make you feel updated because you know a lot of people, and these people will know a lot of things and different things than you, and you can share those things. I think that is important because of this.
Yeah, very good. To refresh your skills and so on. And Sara, how about you? What do you think?
Yeah, I would add that it can also bring us a lot of knowledge, like the things you don't know and how you can learn, because sometimes we feel kind of lost when we just go to the internet and search for things. But when you talk with real people, I think this could be helpful because they have experiences to share. And for me, it gets easier when I have examples rather than just seeing names on content online, just text and reading. I think talking to real people, it's way better because you have experiences and knowledge that the computer and the letters don't give you.
Yeah, very good point. And also we do things in general in the world, through networking, more or less, because have developing things or working for people. We need to network with our family or other people. We need to show the things that we have done. So if you are an artist or if you are an entrepreneur, you need to show what you have done. Like this is pretty much what you have in terms of humanity and community and human being as well. Rafaela, how about you? You have a point on it?
Okay. I agree with you all. I think it's really important for work and personal life also. I was remembering when a friend of mine had a problem with her car and she was like, you can help me with that. And she didn't need to go with pay someone for just a little thing that happened. So it's important for personal things that you don't know about, but someone you know knows. But also for work, like I knew this platform because LinkedIn and
Because of
networking
networking.
with
Yeah, nice, nice. Thanks a lot. Well, yeah, this platform and this environment is really interesting in terms of networking because I've seen a lot of people working on different fields. So for me, it's amazing because, I've been surrounded by only geologists and people that you have researching on academy. So sometimes, it's a kind of easy and hard to, and I'm tired to listen about that thing. And when I've been attending here, I see different things and, get me excited. So let's move to the question number 3. Do you consider that you have a good networking? And how do you establish it? Like, I really, this question is really interesting because I'm thinking here if the people is a kind of shy, So how can you overcome this behavior? So, Sarah, you're first.
Yeah, that's tough because I consider myself as a shy person. Like first before I came here, I didn't like to record stories on my Instagram or to expose myself this much, and now I'm on YouTube every week, so this is crazy. But I believe I'm working like in this networking because I can feel more comfortable around people who know more than me because I used to feel really uncomfortable because I was like, oh, I have nothing to add here, and now I don't feel like this anymore. So I think this change of mindset can help us a lot if you want to improve your networking. You don't have to feel like you are less, but you have to feel I'm here to learn, and probably these people can learn with me as well in some way. You can share your experiences. So I would say my networking is way better than before, but still not in the place that I want. That's it.
Nice, very nice, very nice. Yeah, this is really good because you overcame this, situation. Here, I did the same, like, I was afraid to expose myself every single week, live on YouTube. And nowadays I'm, oh my God, I'm kind of, I don't care about anything. And I'm sharing a lot of opinions here. Of course, I have opinions and it's nice to share. But it's funny that, in the beginning I was, oh my God, the people will judge me and so on. But no, I don't care. And I really love when I see a person that has a different approach on the things, like even in English, very advanced or using different sentences and so on. For me, it's amazing because you can, see and, oh my God, this is nice. I will copy that. Let me see. Rafaela, your turn.
I have a really similar opinion as Sarah. I'm not a social person, and networking is something I'm trying to improve. Um, it's already better than it was. I especially on LinkedIn, on talking to people that I don't know, but because posted something I thought it was interesting. But it can be much better, and I think will be some in the future.
Yeah, will be. Lara, how about you?
Well, I think that I have a good network. Now things are harder because I am working in a home office in a company that is IT company. And I think that it's harder, establish a network when you are working from your home, because when you are working from the office, things are more natural. But I think that the way that I established my networking is always, trying to help people and asking people to help me and doing those connections. I think that using what people know to establish this connection. Sometimes people know something that I don't know and I ask how to do it. And sometimes I know something that other people don't know and then I teach this person. So I think that is a good way to establish it.
Awesome. Yeah, I consider as well that I have a very good networking, but now in terms of business, I'm thinking a lot about how to, what can I say, not manipulate, it's not a good word, but how to manage this people, the network in terms of creating opportunity. Because, I consider myself a very communicative guy. However, we need to maybe do something, to create opportunity and to get movement on your networking in order to, to reveal for you the opportunity that we can have. So this is something that I've been working on.
Yeah, I think that we need to try to create communities, trying to invite people to do something. And this is because people are always willing to help. So if you try to find someone on LinkedIn, you'll find it. And I think it works.
Yeah, nice. Let's answer that question number. I think it's totally connected. Question number 4. Is your network diverse in terms of everything? Maybe, Sarah.
Yeah, you got me in the middle of my thinking. I don't know. I think not so much, like especially women around me. So it's not like on purpose, but it's just like what's happened in my life when I was at college, for example, or on the internet, because I especially prefer to talk with women. If I want to know something, I feel more safe. They will do what I'm asking, and only this, because men sometimes can read in a wrong way the things you are saying. So that's maybe the reason I connect mostly with women. But I'd like to maybe mix up a little bit to know more about perspective the guys have, or older people, for example. I think they can help a lot as well. So yeah, that's something for me to learn.
Yeah, nice. Very interesting. Yeah, I'm thinking here that, my networking is, I have a lot of people, of course, from the earth science, but also nowadays from the language teaching. Since I started here on TALKNTALK, and also nowadays with a lot of people that have been working with programming. So there's 3 types of community in the majority. Let me hear from Lara.
I don't know how to answer this one because I think that I know a lot of people of the technology field, but when I try to think someone that is not from my field, I always think about my friends. So I don't know if it is networking. So I don't know. I think some way it's because, for example, here on TNT, I was able to know a lot of people. There was not for IT, so I know a lot of teachers, and there had a lot of people that are working in other areas, financial areas. So I think that it's diverse.
Nice, very good. Rafael, how about you?
I think it's kind of diverse. I also know a lot of people from other fields in my company and companies that I worked before. And my friends, I don't know, can we consider friends as networking? Because I thought it
Do you
was,
consider?
but no, I'm not. Well, my friends are from different fields, like law or medical, that stuff. And I know their friends, so I think it's kind of diverse. Could be better, but okay.
Nice, very good. Thanks a lot. Let me trick you with a question. How do we know if a connection is good or not? This is a trick question. Sarah, how do we know?
I wish I knew. Oh my gosh. It's like maybe the feelings you have about this person. I don't know, some people don't believe this, but I do. Like this person makes you feel uh excited. It's not excited, but like that's you matter. For example, here we have a lot of teachers, but during the immersions they don't act like teachers. Like they are not correcting all the time. They are just willing to help. They don't feel like they don't make you feel ashamed of making mistakes. So if you have someone who is part of your network and this person kind of has this feels like superior because he or she knows better, it could be a bad sign for me, in my opinion, you know. So the good connections make you feel make you want to improve, and the bad connections make you feel less worthy and things like that.
Nice, nice, very interesting. Rafaela, what's your point?
I think it makes sense when Sarah's saying about people that feel superior but not in a good way, feel superior but do not help. I think I would say someone is a good connection or not by if it's someone that always asking for help but never helping other people. I don't think that's a good connection. It's more than people is I don't know. Enfim, anyway, but I think that's it. Or someone that do not want to connect, for example. It wouldn't be a good connection.
Yeah, I told you that is a trick question because, you know, there is a connection, you know, and no matter if the connection is good or not, like in terms of, in my opinion, this is my view, of course, we always can extract some you know, good information from a connection, like even if the connection is not good. However, you know, it's nice in terms, even in terms of, I think the most point in terms of business, to be close to the people, to see, you know, the movements of the things. Like even if the person don't want to help you and don't want to collaborate, I consider that sometimes it's interesting to, at least interesting, to have this person close at you. So yeah, Lara, what's your opinion?
Well, I think there is possible have a not good connection with someone. I had this experience. Sometimes you know someone that has a lot of connections and has a lot of knowledge, but as Rafael and Sarah said, they don't want to help and they, you know, they want to feel superior. So I think that sometimes you want to be close, not to be friends, but to be close of this person because it's important for, you know, for work life. But it's hard to be close of this person. And also when the values that this person shares is way more different than yours. So if you believe in different things, it's really hard because, you know, we know that it's work, but it's hard to separate the person that we are in our personal lives and the person that we are at work. You know, sometimes people show themselves and it's hard to do. So I think that there has ways to have not good connections with people.
Very good point. Very good point. So let's answer this question that will be about the life with social media, more or less. What is the most important networking, quantity or quality, in your opinion? Because we have a lot of people saying, oh, you need to add everyone. because you have to you need to build to create this huge networking. However, it's more or less connected with the previous question. So yeah, what do you think, Rafaela?
I kind of think that both. I think quality is more important than quantity, but if you have like one connection that is really good, it can build something it's worth, but you have to have some quantity also. So I don't think it's a linear thing for, say, just one or just another. You should have both.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. So let's have Sadam. How about you?
I agree with Rafaela because sometimes if you have quality but you don't have a lot of people to know what you're doing, it could not happen the things you want. Like for example, here on Talking Talk field needs to have a lot of connections because it's like a filter. Some people you just look at the posts, some people just comment, but they will not actually come here. So maybe if we have more people, your chances to get more students improve. So maybe that's the way. And of course, the quality is essential because you want people to engage in this community. Like we have a lot of students here, like Marcio and Ana Paula, who are always coming to the immersions and participating. I think that's what you want in deep down, but you also want to be no, sorry. You also want people to know you. That's it.
Yeah, this is a funny thing because sometimes the qualities. I think we all here agree that the quality is the most important thing. However, on internet, we need quantity. Like the people engage the things, at least see the things, because the algorithm will be driven by this. So this is really, it's a kind of opposite thing, opposite idea, because sometimes we need to engage the quantity in order to have the quality and, balance the things, both things, and to create the engagement on the things. Lara, how are you? What do you think?
I agree with all of you. I think that when we are, for example, working in the office with people like personally, I think quality is better because it's hard to manage the quantity when you are in the office. But talking about social medias, quantity is really important because you can, LinkedIn, for example, you can just do a post and a lot of people will see and will understand that this is who you are. So the way that you create a post and the way that you say and the way that you share information is how they will see you. It's a lot about personal brand. So I think that talking about social media now and the way that we have things working right now, quantity is really important, but you also need to have quality. You cannot just drop a post on LinkedIn the way that you want and like talking as you talk on Twitter, and it will not be a good thing. So I think both are important.
Wow. Yeah, very good point. Well, let's answer the question number 8, but I will change a little bit the question. The question is, do you see Talking Talk as a networking place? But I will change, how can we develop Talking Talk as a networking place, enrich this community? How can we do to improve this skill, this capacity and so on, this power? I would like to hear from Sarah.
My answer would be challenge yourself, like try to expand your horizons. For example, I like to participate in the immersions talking about life, thoughts, and knowledge in general, but it's good to go to a tech talk, for example, that I know nothing about. I don't know, UX designer, and I go there and I learn and I talk about this with the people from the field, and it could enrich me a lot. So I would say you have to challenge yourself to talk with people out of your comfort zone. Being here, it's being out of your comfort zone, but after a while, if you are only going to talk about family, about love, about, basic stuff that is not basic because it is important, but you can do more. You can take more advantage of this platform.
Amazing, amazing. Rafaela, your turn.
Makes
You are new
sense to
here,
me.
but can help
Yeah.
us.
I think makes sense what Sarah said, but as I'm new here, I don't know how to contribute with this question. I don't know how to answer that.
No problem. Lara?
I agree with Sarah. It's really important to participate on immersions that you, for example, for topics that you don't know when you are not familiar with, even that you don't have vocabulary for this. I think that it's important to develop your English skills and also your networking because you know another persons and another experience. But also something that I think that is really important. It's not being here just to answer the question. It's something that I see a lot. People are here and then you ask something and people just answer, but they don't interact with each other. So people just waiting for the time of answering and, doesn't talk a lot. So I think that this is a good way to create connection with people. You can ask people too. You are not because you are a talker, you can ask, but you can ask people too. So I think this is a good way, not just answering, but talking really.
Yeah, I'll try to create this natural, conversation. This is something that I've working a lot. It's not easy because sometimes the people, they are kind of in an automatic way, like, just answering the question. So I try to create different questions, but the people, is getting lost. And well, my opinion about this is, of course, in the beginning it's hard, but I think then we need to forget that this is a platform that will teach you English or something like that, because it's not about English. You need to see English as a tool, that you can use to have connection here. For example, to instigate the people, this kind of natural behavior that we have in life, just what Sarah says, it's not my opinion, because networking is somehow what we are doing here right now. Is networking, know each other, sharing experience and so on in a natural conversation. And I know what you do or what you have done in your job and so on, your skills, and we can, you can networking here. Sarah.
Yeah, just something I'd like to add. Yesterday we had an immersion, and I got a feedback about the active listening. Like it was really important to me because I always try to comment something. Sometimes it seems like I talk too much, but I try to connect to make this person understand that I listen to what her said and what she or he said. And sometimes it's like if you create a question in the middle of the immersion, the person won't listen, won't understand because they were expecting only to answer the questions we have in the list. So I think if you show this active listening, it can help to make a better place, because the people will understand it's not only about answering questions like Lara said, but about interacting and commenting. Oh, nice cat, Lara. Something, to create connections, because we are humans after all. And nice cat, by the way. The cat I saw passing by.
Yeah, very, very good. And I think we see here on Talk that it's very hard to create a different English school, like, because we need to overcome all the patterns of old school, like the people trying to, they want to be corrected. They want to be corrected, so, oh my God, sometimes it's like, you will correct yourself. Like you see, oh my God, I spoke that thing wrong, but nowadays I know the right way to speak that thing and so on. It's very natural, but the people want that role, that person with authority in terms of you wrong, you right, This is really fun, but yeah. Let me see a question here. Do you know any downside of establishing a network, like some bad side? Lara.
I don't know. I think that would be always good, but for example, if we're trying so much to establish a network, because sometimes you want to establish a network with someone that you see that is more important. For example, there has more connections and there has a good job or something like this. And I think that this way if you try this so much, but also I don't know how to establish a network, because it's not creating a friendship, so I don't know if there has a downside on this, but I think that if you try too much and you can focus on yourself and a lot of in other things or other persons, I probably can be a downside, but I don't think that is something so big, it's not so downside.
Okay. Rafaela.
I don't see either downside, but I think if you think about network with friends, for example, someone closer, and this person do something, I don't know how to say it, but really bad, like something that gets the person canceled, like something with that, and you have a network, a friendship really close, that can be bad for you, but I don't think that's really something bad in establishing networking, just a specific case.
Nice. Yeah, this is interesting. I was thinking about a person that, became very popular. Like, the expectation that the people in general have from that person. In terms of networking, always, trying to ask for help and so on. So sometimes I'm just want to stay alone, with myself. So the people, surrounded, because I think it's natural that if you have a very good networking, the people will try to find you, so you need to manage this thing, like, you create your networking, but your visibility will increase a lot. And, the people will try to find you, to asking things and asking for help. Of course, it's natural, but sometimes we'll kind of pat your energy. And yeah, this is my point. Sarah?
Yeah, I just have to add that sometimes it is about interest, like not about helping each other just because you are famous or important on social media, especially if you are sharing a lot of accomplishments. So maybe the wrong people may approach you because of this, not because they want to actually learn from you. They just want to take advantage.
Yeah, very good, very nice point. I haven't think about that.
Yeah, and something that you see on, for example, for me, it's hard to think about it because I think that is easier to establish a network in the field that I am right now. But if you try to think about the music field, you see a lot of songs that people say that other persons sold themselves to, to increase on the career or something like this. So this is because of this network, is because network needs to be diverse.
Very good example, very good. Well, question number 10. I saw the saying, out of sight, out of mind. Do you agree with the saying? And say something about this quote. Sarah.
Yeah, I don't agree. I wish it was like this because sometimes the situation has passed and I'm still thinking about it. So I believe that we cannot just forget, just let it go. And in my perspective, the mind keeps the things for way longer than my mind, for example, keeps things for way longer than I wanted to happen. But yeah, maybe some people have more, for them, it's easier to just let it go. But for me, not so much.
Okay. How about you, Rafaela? What do you think about this thing?
I agree with Sarah. Anxious mind cannot let it go so easy just because it's out of sight. So that's it.
Nice. And Lara?
No, I agree too. I think I am graduated in marketing, so something that I saw a lot on the college was that we need to, make our product stick on the mind of our consumers. And now our work is also a product, so we need to be there so people can remember us and, kind of have a visual identity and a way to talk with people. And this is really important.
Yes. And I'm thinking here, that is really interesting that you do not agree with the same things. And, I think at least in the way that he portrayed the thing in general. But I will create a conversation, to discuss quotes, very, like this quote, because I think sometimes the most part of the time we romanticize this kind of thing, like, the saying, oh, that guy saying that thing, it's very fundamental and so on and very important. But, we need to review this thing. I consider that that's very important to review this kind of structure of the things, like, saying that's famous for somehow. So let me, guys,
I was
will
just
bring,
thinking, this
go
saying,
ahead. Well,
can I say it in Portuguese? Just if you translate it as quem não é visto não é lembrado, because then you're saying your context is networking, our context is networking. Then I agree. So I think it depends what you're thinking about when you say that.
very good. Yeah, I was surprised that everyone, do not agree with the same things, but I try to, to find the translate of this, saying, que não é visto não é lembrado, and I found this: out of sight, out of mind. And of course, I totally agree with you all, what you said, but I think it's important to, portray what you have done, like the way we've done here, live on YouTube, and don't caring about the judgment, because, for somehow, I've been learning from it a lot. And I, of course, I told you in the beginning was very, frightening for me to stay live on YouTube. However, nowadays I feel very comfortable, and I would like that more people watching this video on YouTube and coming to TALK to speak in English. But what we have seen is totally the opposite. The people won't see you, and it's hard, to catch the attention. It's totally the opposite. The people won't see you at all, and it's very hard to catch their attention. It's very hard. So guys, if you want to add something while I will bring the people back, stage is yours.
Yeah, I just want to add something, and something that is really interesting about what you said is that sometimes we try to apply these kind of things for everyone, like everyone wants to be seen and everyone needs to be like on the Olafots, but it's not something that is real. I remember that some months ago, I was someone that wanted to create contents on LinkedIn and those things and so on to be seen. But now I just want to do my work and, spend more time with my family and my friends. It depends a lot on the things that are important for you in the moment. So sometimes we try to do this because people say that is good, but this is good for you. We need to understand this.
Perfect. And even the way sometimes you have spending a lot of time doing the thing, trying to get the visibility. However, other person will do something very funny and you catch all the attention and you don't know because we cannot, manage what the people want to see. Sometimes just silly things and you are, I need to be very serious here because it's my way, I'm very serious and the way the people will like to watch this and sometimes nobody cares. So this is really weird.
Yeah, and doing something for attention, it's a way to get frustrated. You need to do something if you want to create content, do it for you and because you think that is important. Because if it is for
Perfect.
attention, you'll be frustrated.
I agree 100%. Welcome back, guys. How was the conversation? I hope you had a lot of networking there. Jefferson, how was for you?
I think was great because we talk about the good and the bad networking. We talk about quantity and quality, and it's very important about network because you need to strengthen your the case of the guys business connections. That's not my case as a professional, but I think strength your business connection. I think it's very important the way we talk about get fresher idea, about advancing in your career and to build confidence. I think it's very important, like here in TNT, every day we are building confidence, talking with a lot of new things, new subject to talk every day. I think it's very good. And to finish, I think it's to gain a different perspective. Yeah, a new mindset. I think it's very important to think the other way, to think out of the box.
Nice, very good. And even thinking here that sometimes the people, the business not my field. However, a lot of people criticize a business environment. And if you want to do something different, the way that, for at least is my example, I'm trying to do different things, to refresh my mind and also to change some things. And we need to, you need to work on that kind of thing, that kind of changes, actively on that changes. Jefferson, thanks a lot. Let's have Luis. How was the conversation for you?
It was very good, as always. And I used the room to build more network with Ricardo and others.
Okay. This is the purpose of this conversation.
Yes.
Guys, I will share with you the form, help me to read this conversation in terms of business, giving me some, opinions, what you would like to see here, to discuss here. Will be very good to read this thing. Let's have, I was asking for the guy that left, but no problem. Thanks a lot for this conversation. I will see you in the next week, and I hope you all, I hope to see you all. Okay, have a very nice week, and bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
See you soon.